ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलिशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। In this session, we'll be discussing from the 41st verse of the 15th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Vacham juhava manasi tat prana itare chatam mrityav apanam sotsargam tam panchatve hi ajohavit. What's the meaning of this verse? Then he amalgamated all the sense organs into the mind, then the mind into life, life into breathing, his total existence into the embodiment of the 5 elements, and his body into death. Then, as pure self, he became free from the material conception of life. The translation sounds very, very technical, but Srila Prabhupada very nicely explains all these terms in the purport. So let us go through the purport and try to understand this in a simple manner in which Prabhupada explains. So the purport by Srila Prabhupada is as follows. Maharaj Yudhishthira, like his brother Arjuna, began to concentrate and gradually became freed from all material bondage. So becoming free from material bondage means becoming free from the material conception of life. What is material conception of life? Actually, I am spirit soul, or you are spirit soul. Each person is spirit soul. But I wrongly think I am this body. I wrongly think I belong to this world. Because the fact is, as spirit soul, I don't belong to this world. I belong to Krishna. I belong to Krishna Loka. I have a permanent, eternal, loving relationship with Krishna. But in my present condition, I have forgotten that relationship. I have forgotten who I am. I have forgotten who is Krishna. I have forgotten what is my relationship with Krishna. I have forgotten the spiritual world. And by association with this material world, I identify I belong to this world. Because I have taken birth in a certain family, I identify I belong to this family. Now this family itself, consisting of the family members, my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles, my neighbors, my friends, my well-wishers, all this is developed around a false conception that I am the body. You can easily understand, without this body, is there any meaning to relationships? You just think about it. Without the body, there is no meaning to the relationships. So all these relationships, my father, my mother, my family, or my a friend, my neighbor, my relatives, everything is based on my conception that I thinking I'm this body. So to become free from material bondage means to become freed from the wrong conception of the self, of who I am. And that is made possible by different methods of spiritual practice. Now, don't think that becoming free from material bondage is to completely destroy all our relationships, our responsibilities, our duties, our affection. No, it's not that. Please don't misunderstand that way. It is to understand in the correct way what is the relative importance of this body of mine, the relationships I have with my understanding as I'm the body, with my parents, with my... Not to simply negate, but to understand the relative importance. There is a certain importance for this human form of body. Because only in the human form of body it is possible for me as spirit soul to hear, understand, I'm not this body. So the body is also important. In my present condition, body is important. But it doesn't have absolute importance because it's temporary. It's going to perish. It's not going to remain with me forever. So before it perishes, I should actually come out of this misconception that I'm the body. Otherwise, what will happen? Supposing I don't come out of the misconception, then I have to face death, which means I am forced to leave this body. What is death? I don't die. As spirit soul, I don't die. This you have heard many times. In the Bhagavad Gita, it's clearly explained. Tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra na muhyati. Only a devotee at the time of death, because he understands I am not the body, he is also able to understand now I am leaving the body, and depending on Krishna, if I leave the body, then Krishna will guide me and take me to my next body, and I continue my devotional service in my next body. Provided I was engaged in devotional service in my previous body, and I have cultivated the desire to continue my devotional service even after quitting the body. So that's the devotional process. Now, as far as Yudhishthira is concerned, there's a technical difference in the process Yudhishthira Maharaj is actually employing for becoming detached. Let's hear what is Yudhishthira Maharaj doing. First, he concentrated all the actions of the senses and amalgamated them into the mind. What's the meaning of this? All our senses are centered about the mind. It's the mind which directs the senses. You heard this earlier. So, if the mind is directing the senses, if the misconception that I'm this body, and based on the bodily actions means actions of the senses, I try to derive happiness, I try to avoid suffering, I try to gather knowledge, I try to use my intelligence, etc., etc., so many things. Now, this has to be replaced with spiritual understanding of my spiritual self, spiritual intelligence, spiritual mind, spiritual senses, everything spiritual, which is inside, not these material senses, material body, material mind, no, not this. This is a covering for the real mind, the spiritual senses, the spiritual intelligence, the spiritual self. It's a covering for all that. So, to actually uncover, to remove the covering, to become free from the covering, is possible, first of all, by concentrating all the actions of the senses and amalgamating means gathering them and mixing them with the mind. So that these senses I no longer identify as my senses, these material senses. Then if I don't identify these material senses as my senses, then I become senseless? No! My spiritual senses are there. And I am using my spiritual senses through these material senses in my material condition. So stop using your spiritual senses through your material senses. That's what Yudhishthira is doing. So he doesn't want to anymore use his spiritual senses through his material senses. He doesn't want to use that. Similarly, so what does this mean in terms of devotional service? Prabhupada says, or in other words, he turned his mind toward the transcendental service of the Lord. He turned his mind towards the transcendental service of the Lord. He prayed that since all material activities are performed by the mind in terms of actions and reactions in material senses, and since he was going back to Godhead, the mind would wind up its material activities and be turned towards the transcendental service of the Lord. See, there is the gross body and the subtle body. The gross body consists of this gross senses of action and senses of perception. Karmendriya, Jnanendriya. The subtle body consists of the mind, material intelligence and material ego. So, when this material mind is turned towards transcendental service of the Lord, then the material mind will no longer be engaged in any material activities or material perceptions, material objects, nothing. Because now Yudhishthira has nothing to do in the material world. He has handed over charge to his grandson and to Vajra, Krishna's great grandson, all the charge of ruling. And he is prepared to quit home after placing the fire of renunciation in his heart, deciding to become completely renounced. Preparing for going back to Godhead. Why all this? Preparing for going back to Godhead, quitting this body. So before he quits the body, the attachments have to be cut off. All that links have to be cut off, which were established when he entered the body. So how do you cut off the link? By spiritualizing this material mind, by engaging it in transcendental service. And that's exactly what we are doing every day. What are we doing? We are chanting Hare Krishna, but you have to involve the mind in chanting Hare Krishna. Here, using the mind. Mindfully chant. Attentively hear. Mindfully hear. So, that way the mind turns towards the transcendental service of the Lord. The Harinama Japa, Harinama Kirtana, Hare devotional service, Krishna Seva. That way the mind becomes spiritualized. And when the mind is spiritualized, there is no longer any need for me, a spirit soul, to utilize these material senses for any material activities. Even if I use the material senses, I'll use it only for devotional service. There was no longer any need for material activities because he decided to stop all material activities. So I will stop here. We'll discuss this same verse more in the next session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.